What's up, Bronco Nation? I'm Evan Sanford, and today I'm joined by Chase Glorfield and Karter Davis, and we are the Bronco Country Roundup.
Yep, we still are.
Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, you guys kind of didn't really give us, at least on the YouTube channel, literally zero comments. I feel kind of hurt by that. And then on the forum, we got some good ideas for Halloween costumes, but
the Three Amigos.
Yeah. So we'll see if we can make that happen. That could be fun.
happens.
But
You can still name it. It's still there. It's still available.
Yeah, go ahead. Why not? Like maybe
Why
we
not?
can actually get a comment on a video this time around. But all
right, excellent. Who knows?
We're off to a great start. All right. Well, this week we thought we'd have a little bit of fun. We're doing a schedule prediction. If you're on the forum, which I really think you should be, it's broncofans.net. Great place. It's totally free, and it's a nice budding Boise State community, and you can find us there too. But I posted. Oh, go ahead, Chase.
No, I was just gonna say I like the software they're running on it. It seems to go pretty smooth. I'm still kind of getting used to the interface myself, but I like it. I like what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah, it's our old community, still alive and still like buzzing away here as we get closer to the regular season kickoff against South Florida here in a little over 2 weeks. My goodness, that's is crazy that it's coming up that fast. But anyways, today that's what we're going to do. We're going to predict the Boise State schedule. And my predictions are already on the forum. I know a number of you have read and particularly enjoyed my take on Nevada Reno.
Yeah, there's that one's quotable, Evan. That one's definitely quotable. So
yep. I won't be verbally saying some of those things that I wrote, but you can maybe go enjoy that, because I do not like Jeff Choate. Not one bit.
You don't think he should have been our head coach?
No.
Oh.
No. Not in the slightest, and I'm glad he's at Nevada, actually, because look, he's going to run that program into solid mediocrity, and
Damn.
I like.
Could that be better than what they've normally been?
That's true. That would be an upgrade, honestly.
But that's the thing. That is a compliment for Jeff Choate to be able to make them mediocre, to rise to that level of mediocrity. That's saying something.
I knew this was going to turn into a Nevada bashing session. I knew it.
Like, he is competent and not much more. So,
Chase, it's funny you say that, because I wasn't going to bag on Nevada, but I'm definitely going to bag on UNLV. So the entire state of Nevada,
they're just getting it today.
They're just going to get it today.
Yeah. Not just catching strays, just full on unloading.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Take
your stupid Fremont cannon. Anyways, go ahead.
That doesn't even make sense.
All right.
You know what? Let's just
Good
get this
times.
party started. Let's light this candle.
All right.
Well, what's that from?
Nice.
The Boys? No, that's a quote from The Boys. Anyways,
light this
let's light this candle. All right. So, week 1, Thursday, August 28th. Maybe in Florida. We're going to find out. There's a hurricane coming, so we're going to find out.
Hurricane.
Why does Florida exist? Anyways.
That's a good question.
We got to have something to make fun of. Anyways.
Yeah. Thursday, it's a day game, which, like, 3:30 p.m. Mountain. That's going to be 2:30 for me over here Pacific. Thank goodness I don't work on Thursdays. I have a 4:10 schedule. I'm going to be able to watch this. Y'all are kind of
weird kickoff time.
Yeah. The thing I'm most scared about this game is not being able to watch some of it. That's the only thing that really scares me, is that for some reason it's a Thursday at like 3:30.
Yeah. I feel
weird.
like
do not get it.
Employers in Boise need to be like really flexible on this day and just let people out early.
Take the afternoon off.
Yeah, take the afternoon off. Like, show up to work at like 5 a.m. and that's how you get your hours in. That'll work, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So I can probably save mine for last, because like hopefully our viewers have already read my well-written synopsis that is just so professional. So guys, what do you think? South Florida, what do you make of that?
Go for it, Chase.
I think outside of Notre Dame, this is going to be the hardest game on the schedule.
Ooh.
For a few reasons. They get a Byron Brown, their quarterback, back. Last year he broke his leg a few games in and was out. But the year before, I'm looking at numbers here: 3,292 yards, 26 touchdowns. He threw 11 interceptions, so there's a little bit of that. But he's been around for a while. He's a true dual threat kind of guy. The kind of stuff that Boise State has struggled with in the past couple of years. We'll see if that's been shored up. Tackling, we talked about tackling last week in our podcast. I don't the go-to conventional thing from, I don't want to say idiots, but from people who aren't very intelligent the humidity. Boise State's just
don't.
As we've seen from previous, however many times we've gone south, that has not been an issue at all.
It was 100 degrees today in Idaho, and they practice at that peak. So I get humidity. I don't mean to cut. I get humidity, but the heat isn't something that they're not going to be used to.
People who've never been to Idaho and don't know what's going on.
I get humidity is a thing, but that's the reason we have an indoor practice facility where we can make it almost 100 degrees, spray water everywhere, and humidity isn't going to stop somebody from running in your face.
Yeah. Well, and history has shown. Go back to
Florida State.
The team in Louisiana.
Troy, Louisiana, Lafayette.
Everywhere Boise State's played
Georgia.
There's been that, but then it hasn't been a thing. It just hasn't.
Georgia Southern.
To me, it's looked like the other team's the one that's gotten gassed way before Boise State ever even showed any signs. So that's not going to be an issue. I think the Byron Brown, they have that receiver, Keyshawn Singleton, who's a true deep threat. He's a stud. Their defense was really porous last year. I know they worked on. They have like a Texas A&M transfer. I think they brought it on the defensive line. So that one could be a high-scoring game on both sides potentially. I don't think by any means it's a gimme game. It's not an easy walk in, walk out, get the dub, go home. There's going to be a lot of things working against the Broncos. But I still see Boise State's overall talent overcoming in the end. Like a 42-32 type of game or something like that.
Oh, okay. I like that.
That's all I got.
Karter, what do you got?
I don't see this game being that close. I have a different game in mind that I think is going to be closer. Really, this game comes down to their quarterback, like Chase said, and our secondary. But truly, I think if we're even able to keep him at moderate, we win by probably 2 touchdowns. Because looking at USF, like their transfer class isn't that impressive.
Yeah, and they didn't add very many, right?
Yeah, well, they added 23, and I'm gonna bring this up later with a different team. But I think anytime you get above, almost double. Anytime you get to the point of adding 15 plus players, I really start to question like your ability as a team. And a lot of these guys look to be offensive weapons as well. So really it seems like they didn't add much to the defense. I see a USF guy, a guy from Vanderbilt, but Vanderbilt sucks. It's just
but they're in the South, Karter.
I guess. But here's the thing. I definitely think it comes down to, can the USF defense stop the Boise State offense? Because I think Boise State has a good enough defense, even with our secondary that I do think will be better, we'll be able to stop them enough. But can USF stop this offense? That's truly going to be it. I don't think South Florida can outscore Boise State. I think they have to limit the offense, get points when they can. So if USF wins, I really think it'll be like a 21-14, 17-10 type of win. I really don't think it's going to be a high offensive scoring thing.
Okay. All right. Well, for me, it wasn't any really one player that got me concerned. I see the talent, as you guys mentioned, at the quarterback position for them, their receivers. I think they're going to be able to score some points. For me, it's about Boise State versus Week 1 coming out tight. I think about Georgia Southern. I think about the last 5 or 6 openers, Week 1, and how many of those have we won in recent history? We have kind of a checkered history, at least recently, and recent years in week 1 performances. And it was great getting a week 1 win against Georgia Southern, but that's a team we probably should have spanked, and we didn't. So for me, I just looked at it as like, okay, I feel like we're still going to come out tight. We're going to make some mistakes. We'll be sloppy, even though, like, despite the coach's best efforts. We might miss a few tackles. Hopefully not. Hopefully they've worked on that quite a bit in practice. I think it's going to be a 31-28 Boise State victory, but I think it's going to be that score isn't going to tell a complete picture. I think that we go down early. We make a roaring comeback. We really establish control in the second half, pull away, and then in garbage time, they score a touchdown or something to make it look closer than it was. But I think by the fourth quarter, there's no doubt they've got the game in hand, kind of deal. So
interesting. Can I counterpoint what you're saying? I think the difference between this year and previous years is the quarterback situation for Boise State.
Yes.
We went in last year with Madsen, he played well, but I don't know. He didn't know what he was really capable of, right?
Yeah.
He's the man. He's the established starter. Whatever now the running game may need to work on to get better, where last year the running game helped us overcome some other warts. I think Madsen in the quarterback situation is going to allow Boise State to not have those first game.
Yeah, I just still think
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's something that has kind of lingered through multiple different regimes. Like in the last 5 or 6 years, we've had 3 head coaches: Brian Harsin, Andy Avalos, Spencer Danielson. Harsin, week ones, it was
sorry,
hit and miss. Same with Avalos, hit and miss. Wait, Chase, did you put up the?
He didn't put up anything. Don't worry.
Oh no!
Sorry.
That's
Sorry.
our first drink of the day.
There it is.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying though. You're right, because you go to the highs of Florida State, right, and all that craziness with the hurricane, and suddenly we're in Tallahassee.
Hurricane Hank, whole thing.
That whole thing. To Georgia Southern, where it's a team that Boise State should have beaten by 3 or 4 touchdowns, ended up being a way closer game than it should have been.
It's just this seeming inconsistency in week 1. It doesn't feel like we're cursed, but that week 1 jitters, that coming out tight, making mistakes, and not executing to the level that you should. And I don't know what it is, but that's what's got me on this one. I do respect USF. I think that they're a program with the right trajectory. I'm not trying to smack talk them. There's a lot of newness to that program, and they're going to be. I just don't think that they are as good as we are right now. If they keep going, they will absolutely be contenders.
I'm gonna smack talk USF a little bit. They are chronically the team where people are like, they're going to turn the corner. This is the year. How many times have I heard USF try to ride the rails of their top 5 ranking from 2012 or whatever?
They're number 2 with Matt Grothe as the quarterback. You guys
ever since then, it's just them been trying to get back to that, and everybody keeps feeding into it of this is the year. Last year people were swearing up and down that they were going to be the team to beat. Turns out they beat themselves. And until USF can, I think, prove it by beating the actual top G5 team that is Boise State, I'm not going to give them the credit that some people think they deserve, because everything I'm looking at tells me that defense is the same. The offense could be a little bit better, but is it enough to beat a consistently good team like Boise State? I don't know. And also, it's weird to say, but I feel better about the offense now than the offense a year from now, or a previous year from now. Going into the Georgia Southern game, there was a lot of question marks. Who's going to be the starter? People were upset that it was Maddox. What is Dirk Karter going to be like as the new offensive coordinator? What is the run game going to be like? Because nobody knew Ashton Jeanty was going to be that good. This year, it seems to be a lot more structured. There's Nate Potter. He's been at the program for a long time. He was the run game coordinator. Now he's running all of it, and he's working with Matt Miller. And Spencer Danielson is letting people actually run their assigned duties, unlike somebody else. And we don't have Ashton Genty, but we have people that we know are more reliable. Malik Sherrod was a starter and great for Fresno State. Sire Gaines was great until he got hurt. The only real question in the offense is the receiver room. And if Chris Marshall can step up, but we still have Latrell Caples and we have Matt Lauder.
The
so
tight ends,
there's pieces that are more together now than last year. So that's why I'm so bullish on the offense. It's like there's a lot of things going
to
better.
Carter's point, last year USF was 118th in the nation in total defense, giving up over 30 points a game.
And way to just put me in my place on USF. You know, I stand corrected.
I'm not trying to put anybody's name in.
No,
but
I like that because you know what? I was giving them the benefit of the doubt. Oh, it's a building program. They're doing that. No, they've been crap and they'll probably stay crap.
Yeah, without them adding much on the defensive side, and it's pretty much the same people coming back. Like I don't know, unless suddenly they started taking HGH and they're good. I don't know. No. Like I something different had to.
I mean,
I don't know.
Let me really take a peek. I mean, tight end, offensive line, running back, offensive tackle, wide receiver, running back. I mean, okay, there's some defensive guys there, wide receiver, class. Quarterback. I mean, like, it seems like half of them or more are just offense. So, like, there is some big name, there is some high star ratings, but as we get to another team, star ratings don't matter in the transfer portal because they're leaving that team for this team for a specific reason. So,
yeah,
who's to say?
Yeah, you still have to, like, transferring in, you have to, like, forget what you knew in one program, learn all the new stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Moving on, I'm tired about talking about Florida Man here, so let's move on. We can we don't have to spend too much time on this one. Week 2, Friday, September 5th, home versus Eastern Washington University at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. That is a Big Sky program that I actually really enjoy watching. I love the Inferno, but this is an FCS game. This is what we call a tune-up game. We're paying them to come to the Blue to get spanked. And
a body bag game, baby.
Yep. Yeah. The only notable thing about this is Deshaun Misa.
Homecoming.
Bronco. Well, so they've returned 9 starters on both sides of the ball, so 18 total, but they were 5-7 last year in the Big Sky.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So my prediction is a 48-21 Boise State victory because I want to see, like, the youngsters get in, make their mistakes. Eastern does score on our
give up a few touchdowns late.
Yeah, they kind of get that garbage time going, but it's a perfect opportunity for, like, some freshmen that are redshirting to get in, guys who are buried on the depth chart.
Yeah.
These depth guys that we might need later in the season, perfect time for them to see action.
Yeah, I don't have much else to add. I just the talent level, the difference is, I mean, it's FCS versus FBS.
That's what I was about to say. I mean, that's
throw out a score at least. Jeez, guys,
50-0. I don't know.
Perfect. All right. Moving on. Week 3 is our first of 2 bye weeks. Actually, it's a 2 bye week season, so that's kind of fun.
Don't like that. That's too early for a bye.
Yeah, but at least we get 2 this year. The next bye week is actually a nice luxury. It's a little bit later in the season, but excuse me. I predict that we will win this week 117-0. So that's the bye week.
Yep.
Moving on.
As long as people stay healthy, that's all we want during the bye week.
Yep. Moving on. Saturday, week 4, September 20th at Air Force. This is the last time, at least for the foreseeable future, that we have to take on Chop Block University. And for that, the biggest thing is don't just get out of there with a win. Get out of there with, like, as little damage as
your
possible.
Knee ligaments intact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. That is, like, Air Force is the anxiety game because, like, if we can get out of there without any injuries, then that's a huge accomplishment into itself. Win the game.
Yeah.
but get out without an injury.
Yeah, and Air Force doesn't. I don't think they take on transfers, and I think they were pretty bad last year. So I just don't see how.
5-7 last year. Their starting quarterback who did really well lost good standing with the academy, and he's gone. So they have a lot.
I mean, shout out to Troy Calhoun for being a good coach, but you're done for.
Well, and Boise State is 6-1 against Air Force the last 7 times they've played. I know that's always like the triple option offense, but that hasn't really been an issue.
Specter of Brian Harsin.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. They're always tough, especially in Colorado Springs, like because they're so disciplined, and humidity is not a factor. I don't think elevation is a factor, but they're very disciplined. And Boise State, because of the triple option offense, has to maximize its possessions, right?
Yep.
Because Air Force is going to burn 12 minutes off the clock in one drive. So when you get the ball, you got to score.
Yeah.
Right? Because you don't have very many opportunities. That's what it's going to come down to is can Boise State play possession football itself, use that running game, take deep shots, really get points every time the Broncos have the ball.
It's funny because that's kind of what I wrote about in my little synopsis for this game and why I picked the score that I picked. I went 24-14 Boise State win. It's not about it's about capitalizing on those possessions, limited possessions, and I think we're almost perfect. I think we instead of 4 touchdowns, it's 3 touchdowns and a field goal. But I think we play ball control. We run the ball a lot. We're going to run the ball a lot. I think we give them a dose of their own medicine. We really shorten the game. They shorten the game. It's a 24-14. Score looks a lot closer than the game actually is.
I can see like a 31-19 Boise State score, something on those lines. Like it's going to be
absolutely
lower scoring. Like not very often does Air Force give up a ton of points because of the way their offense plays. But that's what I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they'll play disciplined, but I think Spencer Danielson is all about disciplined football as well. So, I mean, I think it's just going to be a grinder. Yeah, I honestly like 28-7, 28-10, 28-14, something like that. Not a lot of points, but just, controlling the clock, let them drain the clock. And
yeah.
We're all in agreement, I think, that this is a game about execution above everything else because you're not going to have those possessions. And that's what I think we do better than Air Force on that day. And then we move on. Personally, I hope that they decide to leave and join Army and Navy in the American.
I think that would just be better for everybody.
Yeah, just go be a part of that, and then you can really...
They play them every year anyway.
Yeah. Just go do that, and then add a little salt to the wound for the Mountain West.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Moving on, because this one, week 5, Saturday, September 27th at time TBD, which I need to double check and see if maybe those times have been filled in yet.
I'm looking at it now. Still nothing.
Still nothing?
Yeah, they're not on the Boise State website.
So this is a really fun one because it's one that I don't think we've ever played Appalachian State before. They're kind of in transition, so a lot of young talent. They had a 10-win season like 2 years ago, and then last year I don't think was so great, but
I think they went 5-7, 5-6.
Yeah, so they're a little bit in flux, but it's a fun matchup, and it's one that's got a lot of fans very interested to then go to Appalachian State. I am brain farting the town.
Boone,
North
Carolina, up in the mountains.
Yeah, thank you.
Beautiful camp, beautiful. I mean, I'd love to go there just to see a game.
Yeah, it's got a lot of fans absolutely hyped, and the App State fans seem like really classy. So
I just want to point out, like, if you remember, was it 2006? I don't remember what year it was when App State went into the Big House and beat Michigan on that blocked field goal at the end. That was like their moment of like, right, okay, people are paying attention to App State now. Okay.
Yep.
And as you just said, Evan, like they've had good seasons and then they're down for a little bit. And they have a good season and then they're down for a little bit. To me, it goes to show, number one, how incredible it's been the consistency from Boise State really over the last 30 years, right? They went 5 and I was looking at the record here. 5-6 last year. They did have a game canceled because I think there was a hurricane situation.
But real quick, Chase, just to your point, you said that was in 2006, right? At the Big House.
Yeah.
Well, the Boise State won the 07 Fiesta Bowl. It's been literally the little engine.
So you have like similar like TV moments. Obviously, I think Boise State's in the game, the Fiesta Bowl was a higher level, but like moments that brought eyes to the program.
Yeah.
Holy crap, look at this, and the consistency from one versus the other, it's impressive for Boise State, so yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But they were 5-6 last year. I think a game got canceled because there was like really damaging. I think they were playing somewhere in Florida, and a hurricane just like destroyed a town. So they just agreed to.
I think it was actually supposed to be. It was. I think
was it in Boone? The flooding, right?
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be in Boone.
That's
they were supposed to play Liberty. I'm pretty sure.
And then they canceled because of the damage.
Had to cancel it. Yeah,
that's right. So that's why there's only 11 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they do have a Boise State transfer, another connection.
Yeah, Jackson Greer.
Welcome
Greer,
home. Wide receiver.
Yep. So it'll be the Jackson Greer Bowl. But I've got us win. It's at home. I've got us winning 31-17. I like that. Again, a lot of our scores are a little bit upper 20s, low 30s, at least I've got, because I think we're going to run the ball a lot. So that's going to be a running theme.
They gave up 30. They gave up 33 points per game last year, scored 26, 27. So, I don't see a ton of their rosters change, a little bit here and there. So I could see Boise State getting into the 40s, like a 42-21, 42-24 sort of game.
Karter, what do you got?
I want to make my stance on the transfer portal clear because I keep bringing it up. I'm going to bring it up here. I'm going to bring it up with UNLV. So before I get into this, I think the transfer portal can be used to plug holes, but not fix gaps. If that makes sense.
Not wholesale changes across the position group.
If there's a leak in the boat, you can use the transfer portal. If there's a cannonball-sized hole, the transfer portal isn't going to fix it.
Yeah.
So when I say this, it sounds hypocritical because I really feel like App State isn't going to go anywhere with this because they didn't bring anybody in the portal. So if you have a 5-6 team, probably would have been 5-7 because Liberty's good Sun Belt team for what it is. I mean, if you don't try to fix that at all with a transfer here or there, and you're rocking the same team, you can really build up a program, but is it enough to match Boise State? I don't think so.
Not on the blue field.
Not on the blue field. I really feel like this could be a late Fox game, or at least a prime FS1 sort of. Just depends on what it lands on. But just looking at App State, 5-6, no immediate transfers. I don't really know their stats that well, so if any App State fans see this, they'll probably throw out that they were 10th and third down conversions or whatever. Who the hell knows? But ultimately, looking at what Boise State has returning versus what App State is returning, I just don't see how they can do it. I think it'll be a great game. It'll be fun. Probably a 35-14 sort of win.
Love it.
It's going to start cooling down. Albertson Stadium is going to be rocking. Good weather.
It'll always be Broncos Stadium to me.
It'll be a cool atmosphere
until they name it like Micron Stadium and give us $100 million.
That's what's next, probably.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. Anyways, moving on. Micron, if you're listening.
Micron.
All right. Week 6. This is the one you guys are all waiting for.
It's circled on the calendar.
Yes, sir.
10-4, good buddy. November 4th, 1:30 p.m. Mountain Time at Notre Dame. I'm going to say it. I think all of us have us losing this game.
Sadly.
For me, it's once more about acquitting ourselves well. I think we don't have enough depth to match theirs. I think our defense does play well. I think they lost a lot in the portal, but they also gained a lot in the portal, and the quality of transfers that they can bring in is different than us. they're going to have a much deeper roster than we do. They're the runner-ups for the national championship. Like, I think that depth is going to show.
Yeah.
It's in Notre Dame. It's a hard place to play. Specifically, when I'm talking about depth, I'm talking about our wide receivers versus their defensive backs. They're going to be able to take away or really limit our passing game just without having to like double team. And then they're going to really focus on the making Sire gains not a factor.
Yeah.
I think this is a potential silver lining for us, is that I do think we go deep into our playbook to try and win this game. Some gadget plays, and this is the call out that I made, was that it's going to be the Quentin Brown coming out party, because I think he scores our lone touchdown on a gadget, maybe a gadget play, maybe not, but I think he shines there. So
Interesting.
I have us losing 24-13 in a bit of a slugfest.
I can see that. I will say, sorry, Karter, I'm cutting you off here.
No, you go.
I will say, so in one respect, I wish this game was earlier in the season.
Yeah.
Because Notre Dame is breaking in a new quarterback. There's like a redshirt freshman and another younger kid. And so you go into a season in a big game with a new quarterback. As we've seen, things can get screwy. Things can get weird with that quarterback, really not knowing, trying to figure things out, right? That said, they do have Jeremiah Love at running back.
Yeah.
He's going to be their best player this season. Like, he is a stud. The college football playoff appearance, it's going to be tough. I could see 31-10, 31-13. I just don't want Boise State to get on NBC with all those old Mr. Rogers sweater vest wearing people like, who do these guys think they are? They don't even belong on the same field. I want Boise State, as you said, to acquit themselves well, to play well. You know, I even feel like at times Boise State played well against Penn State. They acquitted themselves well. I would like to see
that game was close right up until
some people think some people think that was a blowout, and that just shows
No.
people that don't know ball. But
I just want Boise State to acquit themselves well on national television. It's going to get different eyes on the Broncos, because Broncos aren't on the NBC a lot. And if you're a Notre Dame NBC diehard sort of person, this may be your first real look at the Broncos. So I want them to play well, to do their thing, to play loose, not to play tight. I mean, you're in South Bend. You're touchdown Jesus is sitting there.
Yeah,
you gotta.
I can see Notre Dame
offside Moses and false start Abraham and all those guys. You just gotta,
just like Oregon. I feel like this is going to be a game where like they're a 14-point favorite, and it's just like, go out. Okay, what do you have to lose at this point? Like, just go out, let
play
it rock.
loose, and a good coach will guide and coach his team to say it doesn't matter who the opponent is. You got to go out and play your game and do your best and be yourself. Right, because if you're looking at them and you're like, "Oh, how are we going to beat these guys?" You've lost before the game's even been played.
Yeah,
right.
But yeah, so I think as long as we keep ourselves keep it close, like I would love to win this game. Like I think like if we execute, and the talent gap is what it is. But if we can get a few turnovers and maybe a few bounces our way, we can definitely win this game.
See, that's how I feel. Like, it definitely feels like I'm not worried of getting blown out, or knock on wood. And I definitely think in the right universe we win. But ultimately we're probably going to lose this, and it's kind of disappointing because Boise State hasn't beaten a Power 5 team since 2019, which is really tough to think about because we're known about beating Power 5 teams. But what keeps happening is that we don't schedule the Vanderbilt's, the lower tier. I'm attacking Vanderbilt a lot today. Let's throw out a different one.
Well, their mascot's a Commodore, so
exactly.
Yeah.
Give me another one. Give me another Power 5 team that shouldn't be Power 5. Wake Forest.
There we go.
Purdue. Stuff like that. All black and gold teams. I don't know why. Whatever. We don't.
This is gonna kill me, but Boston College.
Boston College. We don't schedule those guys. We schedule Notre Dame. And we schedule Oregon
and Florida State
and we got lucky.
We
with
swing
Florida
big.
State. Yeah, we swung big with that. Hurricane Hank probably shouldn't have won that game, but it worked out for us. And then, looking into the future, I'm pretty sure we play Houston like they have kind of been on the up and up in the Big 12 a little bit here and there, and like just teams that aren't beatable on schedule. Like you look at that, it's like Boise State can beat that Power 5 team. I love that we keep swinging, but let's throw out a cupcake Power 5 team on there to get that fixed, because we probably don't win here, and the games in the future are just iffy. So as long, like you guys said, fight, keep it close. If you can make a nail biter into the fourth quarter, that would be awesome. But I'm more
don't give up
expecting
any
to learn.
special teams touchdowns.
Yes.
Like that
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
I more expect this game to be a teaching moment for the team, either good or bad, of this is the team that we have, that we fight or we give up, and it could be sort of a scale for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like this is like this year's Oregon. Like they went out and they really should have won against Oregon. Really should have in the great. If you think about it, like, yeah, okay, 14 points by special teams, but what did we have a 1-point lead, or was it tied when they set up that game-winning field goal?
It was tied.
Okay, so at least could have gone into overtime if the secondary wasn't so horrifically bad. If they learn how to actually turn their head.
Yeah, I'd like to be a game where Boise State's within striking distance late, and not they got ahead by 3 touchdowns, and we just kind of go in cruise. Both teams go in cruise control, and maybe we get 1 or 2 late.
I want the commentators focusing on the game, not focusing on the future, and trying to fill to space.
Yeah. I don't think that this is going to be a 22 University of Washington, where that was the second best team that year, and we got boat raced, but also that was a team where it's like, weirdly enough, we were in that game until we started. We didn't pull tape. I was at that game. That was awful. Like, just the weird things we were doing on offense, and then we couldn't play defense.
That's the team that got lost in the moment, though. I hope Boise State doesn't do that this time. I don't think they will. I think Spencer Danielson, just as Karter said earlier about Air Force, a disciplined, focused team. Hope that stays that way for the entire 4 quarters.
Yeah. In Notre Dame, it's a weird one. I can see them having a bit of a hangover, like a national title hangover. It's one of those ones where you feel like, because we are a top 25 team, we are a good team. You feel like we can go in there and have a chance at this game. But the most important thing for us is, again, to acquit ourselves well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. It'll be interesting. At least the last thing I'll say is that I really hope that Notre Dame, the week before they play Boise State, has an emotional roller coaster of a win.
Quintuple overtime.
Yeah, where they are riding such an emotional high that they come out flat the next week.
It takes them 2.5 quarters to get back into it.
Who do they play the week prior? Let me look this up. Let's see if this is even potentially a thing.
Yeah, that's
going to be like Alcorn State or something.
It probably will be.
Yeah, that would be my hope.
Arkansas.
Oh.
At Arkansas.
Taylor Green, baby.
Taylor Green could give us one more miracle.
Let's go, Taylor.
In Arkansas, maybe. Who knows?
Give them a little bit of a heart attack, and then have them pull out the Hail Mary or something, where they're just riding so high that they come in and it's a bit sobering for them on their own field. That'd be great.
That'd be nice.
All right, moving on. Unless you guys want to beat that dead horse.
No. I think we're gonna start rattling off some stuff too. So
New Mexico, I don't think we need to spend a lot. The only point of interest is that it's Jason Eck. That's kind of
good coach, but not
enough for New Mexico. Yeah,
this is the game. I've got us winning 53-7. I think that's like the most points I have us scoring all season. No, or wait, that is the most points I have us scoring all season. 53-7. New Mexico. That game is on October 11th at time TBD, and it's in Boise.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, it'll be a good game for Jason Eck to really see how his team is for the rest of the season. We're kind of there, Notre Dame, if that doesn't sound braggy enough. but it's kind of true. I can't imagine they play anybody else crazy. But yeah, I mean, we win. That just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chase.
Yeah, I don't see Boise State having. They do play Michigan earlier in the year and UCLA.
Damn. All right, my bad.
But no, and you play those two power teams like that, and you're going to get beat up. I'm sorry, you're going to get beat up. And another person who brought in a ton of transfers, even a bunch from Idaho, who was a good team, right, in the FCS.
Hey.
They were serviceable at that level of college football.
There you go.
I watched that playoff game. They got stomped.
Yeah. At nowhere on that roster is there anyone near the level of what Boise State has in terms of talent.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's just how it is. Give him time. He may get there, but it's not going to be this year.
I'm not trying to bag on New Mexico.
No.
I think it's a great hire for them going
Absolutely.
into what the Mountain West is. Like that he could really turn that program around. It's just he was hired.
It's not going to be this year.
It's not going to be this year.
Yeah. Honestly,
with everything they lost.
Notre Dame
in the portal. My bad.
Like going back to that's a game that's like, man, if we could play that next year, because we've got like so many good young players right now. I'm like, man, we're just playing them a year too early. Dang it. Anyways, moving on. Week 8, Saturday, October 18th. This is a little bit of a grudge match because we are at home against the University of Nevada at Las Vegas, otherwise known as
in Boise for that game that night.
Yeah, that's gonna be a banger of a game.
Otherwise known as UNLV, and those fans like talk like they are a power program. And
listen,
my Twitter algorithm has put their
we can't do this. No, we can't do this. I can't do this. I will go for 20 minutes.
Okay.
These people,
right.
Can't.
I was about to go.
This
and
is
I was
the
one
time. No, this is the one time where we can't set Karter up for a rant because the UNLV fans. We're gonna do a mini rant. Let me back this up. Before UNLV became what they kind of became, I always thought that Fresno State and San Diego State fans were kind of on the same level of delusional. And then UNLV started having one good season, and it was just blown out of the water by their fans and their delusion. Like, there's a lot of crazy people on the forefront, but I truly believe that fan base has been so desperate for wins that now that they have it, they don't know how to act. So, yeah.
Okay.
I can't talk about them. I think this is going to be the hardest game, the second hardest game besides Notre Dame, only because the amount of transfers, it's a lot, but it's a lot of talented transfers. So I still think they'll be a good team, but it's kind of the same thing I had with App State, but on the opposite end. They're trying to fill a cannonball-sized hole with, quickcrete over it. And I don't think it's going to work. But I still think they're going to be a good team. I think this is probably, I would bet money this is a Fox game, especially if we're maybe undefeated or one loss and they're undefeated.
It's supposed to be Fox. It probably won't be an FS1. It'll definitely be a Fox.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I would guess.
I mean,
a late one.
It's a rematch. It's a bit of a grudge match. And with, I guess I'll go back. How I was saying how App State fans are really, really cool. Well, UNLV fans are the absolute opposite for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Just, go home, reevaluate your life. You live in Las Vegas. I don't know. Reevaluate your choices and be a better human being.
I think for Boise State, it's fortunate for the Broncos that we play them this point this season, because I think at this point they will have seen what UNLV actually is.
Yeah.
Whether they're good and solid or whether the transfers are just pieces that aggregate to way less than the talent of the individual parts.
The fact that they don't have Jackson Woodard anymore, which was the only person who stopped the Boise State run game single-handedly, and he still didn't stop it. But the fact that he's not there and he's on the Seattle Seahawks practice squad, I think that's already an advantage for Boise State.
Yeah. It's just when you have the consistency of Boise State in terms of returning starters versus, as Karter was saying, cannonball-sized hole with quick read. You don't know what you're going to get. Maybe they will have gelled and they're playing well. Maybe they're still trying to figure crap out, and that's a disaster,
Yeah.
or maybe it's somewhere in the middle.
No, this game's on the blue.
You know?
Boise's gonna like show up for this game. They're gonna be loud, and like we don't forget how UNLV fans have acted. So it's gonna be loud. My take 38-21 Boise State. I think UNLV will be like they have the talent to be a good team, and Dan Mullen has been a good coach in the past. He's been doing his talk show blowharding on TV. But, he can still coach.
I can see Boise State winning this one, maybe 28-21, a close one.
Yeah.
And because the coaching staff, number one, purposely kind of keeps things close to the vest for a potential Mountain West Championship rematch, where then they really open things up. I mean, you don't want to say, okay, well, we'll hope to win, and then we can play them again. You don't want to coach like that, but I can see them keeping things close to the vest in this game.
Well, kind of here's the thing about that. A lot of people are thinking San Jose makes the championship game.
I was going to talk about them. Their schedule, they avoid.
Yeah. They avoid UNLV. They avoid Boise State. They did lose Nick Nash, but they were still a team. They had Boise State kind of on the ropes a little bit.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves because I've got San Jose State in my Mountain West title game. So hold off on that for a second.
So UNLV. Boise State should win.
Yep.
Yeah. Moving on, we've got November 24th. Or no,
October
sorry,
24th.
That is like, oh my goodness, I just had a stroke there. At Nevada.
Unfortunately, Boise State has to go to Reno.
Yeah, we have to go.
You know what? No, I like it. Our last game against them, we get to go to their house and just pummel them.
That absolute sewer of a place that just it's kind of like. If you travel down to that game, just bathe yourself in hand sanitizer.
Get a tetanus shot.
Get a tetanus shot. And then also probably wear some kind of extra padding in case a Nevada fan tries to stab you or something.
Yeah.
So
They were picked to finish last in the Mountain West. I think that's accurate. I think Choate coached them above their weight class last year. I think, but they did finish the season on a 7-game losing streak. I think the dust is settled. They are who they are.
I don't like Jeff Choate. I give him a little bit of credit for his ability to coach a defense on this one.
Yeah.
So I've got us beating them 27-10. I think he's able to frustrate us and get the defense to punch a little bit above its weight class. But they're Nevada and they suck. So it's 27-10.
Yeah. I see a similar score. What was last year? Last year was close right up until the end.
I think 27-20 was last year, or 28-21.
Pulls it out a little bit more this time, a little bit.
Yeah, but I think they gave their all to that game. I think Choate put all his effort into that game.
Yeah.
Maximum effort.
Yeah.
And he still came up short.
Womp,
womp, womp. All right, moving on. Now we're in November versus California State University at Fresno, otherwise known as Fresno State at time TBD. My personal opinion is that college football is better when Fresno State has a good team. This year, I don't think they have a good team. I'm just hoping they don't have a bad team.
Yeah. I think Matt Entz is the man. I think he's going to be great. Again, just like Jason Eck, Karter. I don't know if this is the year for that to happen.
Yeah.
Matt Entz was North Dakota State coach, right?
Yeah, they won a bunch of titles there.
Craig Bohl was the North Dakota State coach too, and now he's stuck in
that's because he went to Wyoming.
Yeah.
I think Matt Entz was down at USC or something before he became the head coach at Fresno.
Okay.
So.
Fresno might take a little time to incubate. Hopefully, when it's Pac-12 time, they really step up and be competitive because the Battle of the Milk Can is fun when
cool
it's
trophy, cool rivalry.
Yeah.
2 top 25 teams going at it. That's great. And I love to hate Fresno State because I've only had good interact. I know all the scenes of down there in Fresno with the fans fighting each other and all that stuff. I picture that. I know everyone's picturing that, but I've only had good interactions with Fresno fans, so I'm kind of okay with them at least for now.
It's a good rivalry. Like you said, it's good when they're good. College football is at its best when they're good. Again, I don't think this year. I think it's like you said, incubation period for them, right? Boise State gets a 35-17, 35-21 sort of win in a game that's really not that close. Boise State controls the whole way.
Yeah,
I've got
I
us
think so.
45-28.
Yeah, I could see either of that. I mean, I really hope they start building for the Pac-12. I would love an old rivalry of Fresno with a new rivalry of Wazoo in the Pac-12. I think that'd be great. But yeah, right now, I don't know much about them, and that tells me that there's not much that has happened because I'm pretty plugged into Mountain West news and what's going on. So, I mean, I hopefully they can go to a bowl game.
Yeah. So moving on, because I like this. We've got a week 11 bye. So hopefully if anyone's nursing any injuries, they can get healthy and get ready for the rest of the season. I predict that we will win that game 208-0.
Great score.
Nice.
Yep. So then moving on, November 15th, we are playing California State University at San Diego, otherwise known as San Diego State University, at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time. I think this is one of our weird games. I picked this to be a weird game for us. 21-17 Boise State victory. I think we come out bye-week funk.
Oh, that game's played in that sandbox of a stadium, right? Yeah.
I could see that. They're kind of like Fresno to me. I just have not heard much about them. I don't know what's going on. Like Sean Lewis, I think is a good coach. They were bad last year. I don't know what they've done with the transfer portal.
I just picked this one to be our weird game. My synopsis was literally just burn the tape.
Kind of like Wyoming last year, right? Like that sort of situation. Yeah. Post bye. I don't know. I think Danielson with the focus and the discipline. I think Boise State doesn't have as much of a funk coming out of the bye, and I don't think Sean Lewis is a very good coach. San Diego State fans, sorry, I don't think he's great. He's got a great beard, but that's about as good as
only I could grow a beard like that.
I mean, it's only his second season, so I really didn't know anything about him before he came. I just knew people were excited. I knew that he was in the running for the Boise State job. I have a little bit of inside baseball about what happened there. Let's just say he wanted to be one place more than the other, and he ended up in the place he didn't want to be.
As much.
I know that to be true because I heard
San
it from
Diego
the horse's
State's
mouth,
been at their best. Yeah, when they've had a good defense. When Rocky Long was there with that funky 3-5-3 whatever look he did.
Oh yeah.
And Sean Lewis doesn't, in my mind, he doesn't have that defensive knack.
Yeah. No, he's
sort of thing. And their offense has always struggled. Like, I don't know what it is.
I mean, the years when they were great, they were a quarterback away, I think, from beating us probably more than they did. But just
is Danny O'Neal still down there? Or did he transfer?
I think he transferred.
Because that was...
Boise State knocked him around.
Yeah, he played well in their game against Washington State.
Yeah, he's at Wisconsin now.
Yeah.
Hey, good for him.
Were you and I live streaming during that game? I remember we were watching that game at the same time, and we were anyways, a memory lane.
Yeah. I don't remember. Maybe.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I see Boise State. It's going to be tough. I don't think it's going to be an easy win, but I don't see Boise State. I see Boise State controlling it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm staying by my burn the tape. Funk week. Weird. We return to form, and Chase, get ready for that button that you like to press. Because it's week 13, Saturday, November 22nd, at home versus Colorado State at time TBD.
We've got to exercise some demons, boys.
Yep, this is it. It needs to be done.
Then we can stop playing this. We can stop putting this up on the screen.
Truly, when we beat them, that it will put to rest that era of Boise State football because that's until we play UTEP again, but that was just such a
those two games,
Yeah, I need
to. Was just such an offhand thing that it's like whatever. We can't do anything about that. We can do something about this.
Yeah. Jeremiah Dickey, please just schedule a one-off against UTEP at UTEP. Let us go exercise.
We'll go to El Paso. Let's go.
We will go to El Paso.
But I mean, he at Colorado State again. I just have not heard anything about. So I just don't know what's going on.
Braden Fowler Nicolosi, that quarterback, he's really good. I think he's
lost Torrey Horton though.
Yeah, that's true. They're projected 4th in the Mountain West.
Torrey Horton is lighting it up in Seattle.
By the way,
I know. It's good for him. Yeah.
I don't see Colorado State's always been kind of a mid-level team with maybe the upper level, mid-level, upper
team
echelon
that has
mid-level.
the resources but doesn't have the results.
Yeah.
I got two predictions for this game. 37-14 Boise State victory, and my second is that Jay Norvell says something kind of obnoxious or off the cuff in the days before the game.
Gives Boise State bulletin board material.
Yeah, that's my prediction. He's going to do something like that. Otherwise, I think this is a nice game for some of the maybe seniors who were on that team a couple years ago that blew a 30-10 lead.
Yep.
So,
God.
Can we just schedule TCU?
I can't even think about that game, Bran.
Yeah, I was.
How frustrated I was.
I really want to schedule TCU now.
Hey, and that will be senior night in Albertson Stadium. So
that'll be some.
That's right. It will be
some demons for some guys.
Absolutely.
But it'd be nice if we could just go schedule TCU. Nothing against them. I have a respect for them, but there's a certain defensive coordinator there that I'd like to run up the score.
I mean, we were kind of building a budding rivalry with them.
We were.
Yeah.
It was weird, but
Gary Patterson was always very complimentary of us during his time there.
He was.
We were very much.
That man
frenemies.
was an absolute psychopath, but he was a good coach.
Very much frenemies. But moving on, because we have our last regular season game. We're almost done with the video here. We've run a little bit long, but that's what we do. We go off topic. That's why you tolerate us. Week 14, Friday. This should be Black Friday at Utah State at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. Get your leftovers ready, and
it's going to be cold in Logan.
Yep. I think this is a weird game.
Ooh, okay, because I've got us. This is my second highest score, 52-20 Boise State victory. Broncos take Bronco to the woodshed.
I mean, I definitely could see it. It's always the last game of the season that has like the most sort of like stress behind it. I feel like unless you're going to a championship game and like, or maybe I've just been kind of shook up by some guys on X that think Bronco Mendenhall is all of a sudden going to make this team great. Because I got into a little bit of skiff with them. They're like, oh, Bronco Mendenhall beat Boise State the last time he played them. And Bronco Mendenhall isn't going to be on the field, though. But
I think he's running them into the ground potentially because he's compensating for their deficits by over-conditioning, and it's a long season. And, like, okay, what type of over-conditioning are you going to do? Because, like, my whole research proposal, like, back in my master's degree was about Willie Taggart's dumb over-conditioning at the University of Oregon in 2016 where he gave his players rhabdomyolysis, like, a big dumb. So, like, what kind of over-conditioning are you doing in the Logan heat?
Outside of that, I think Utah State's an absolute disaster of an athletic department right now. Not just football wise, but with the issues with what's happening. Their AD leaving, their assistant AD piecing out like, hey, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm gone. I think Bronco Mendenhall is a great guy and a great coach, and I think he kind of brings some sort of stability. But I don't know if anyone can be successful at Utah State with everything happening around there. And just like the other first-year head coaches, this is not the year he's going to be able to do things. Like, he needs to incubate. He needs to grow that program. And it's not a microwave situation. It's going to take time.
But if he's doing anything like Willie Taggart and making his team run military drills in the summer and hospitalizing his players, then that's not going to work.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the one game I look at in the back half of the season where I'm just like, I don't know what to think about him, because Fresno, I know what to think. San Diego State, I know what to think. Colorado State, I know what to think. I don't know what to think about Utah State. I don't know if Bronco Mendenhall can light a fire and get them going, or if that team is just so bad that Bronco Mendenhall can't even save them, at least for a few seasons.
And I think you make a great point, Karter. If the Colorado State game is going to be emotional because it's senior night, it's the this thing one way or the other.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's a short week.
Yeah.
No, it's a long week. It's a short week. Yeah.
The mentality Boise State brings into Logan could be spotty, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, we played on Black Friday against Oregon State last year. I think I have faith in Danielson's ability to prep and get the guys emotionally ready for a game.
I do.
Whether or not we have the talent like a Notre Dame, whether or not we just when we lose games, we lose them not because there was a gap in preparation, but for some other reason, like we just got outplayed by the Penn State D line or something
Brett
like
Rippon
that.
throws 5 interceptions against Utah State or whatever that was.
Yeah,
well,
I mean, last time we played him was 62-30, and like we laid it to them. We're 9-1 in our last 10 games. Like everything is pointing to us just blowing them out of the water. But there's something in me that's just like
it's got that feel,
I don't know.
That vibe.
It's got that feel. This is the one game where it could all kind of fall apart a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, before we get to the Mountain West title game, Karter, if it makes you feel any better, last year I predicted us before the Oregon game. I changed my prediction after the Oregon game, actually, and it was after talking to you guys too. But I predicted us at 9-3 because I had that feeling that you're describing about Washington State. I had that feeling that you're describing about Oregon State, and just the timing of those games, where they were on the schedule, and I was just getting uneasy. And to me, the Oregon game proved to me that we can compete for a full 12-game season, not do these 1-game seasons against the big schools and then go fall off and lose a game that we shouldn't in a Brian Harsin clunker. I do think that this staff is going to have the guys ready every week, and I've got faith in that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but we're almost done. Mountain West title game, because now we can talk about San Jose State, because that's where I've got them. I think that the San Jose State Duck guy makes the trip to Boise, and he's the only San Jose State fan that is welcomed by fans.
They don't play Boise State, Colorado State, or UNLV.
Wow.
What's their?
They don't play the 3 teams. Sorry, the 2 teams picked above them and Colorado State picked below them. They do not play them in the Mountain West this year.
I mean, listen to this conference schedule. Like New Mexico, Wyoming, Utah State, Hawaii, Air Force, Nevada, San Diego State, Fresno State. I mean, their last 2 games are the hardest games. So they're going to be coming into November, mid-November. I mean, if they're not...
What's their out of schedule?
Central Michigan,
conference.
Central Michigan, Texas, and Idaho and Stanford. Honestly, they could walk into mid-November with 1 loss, 10 or 2 losses, depending on how
Stanford is.
Yeah,
they could have 1 loss to Texas. They could probably be ranked. Looking at this schedule,
they could be a Liberty. They could be a Liberty.
Honestly, I would pay money for this schedule. Stanford's one of those teams, those Power 4 teams we should throw on. Anyways.
But honestly, I like that, because like they could be a Liberty, a real paper tiger, come into a game ranked, and like that. Who knows? Maybe Boise State is on the bubble for a CFP bid, and a win against a ranked opponent in the Mountain West title game gives them that little lift.
Yeah.
Well, and imagine if they do the unthinkable and somehow beat Texas. Not happening, but somehow beat Texas and go 12-0 coming into the Mountain West Championship.
Well, then I'd actually be sweating, because then they beat Texas.
If they beat Texas, that's going to put a lot of people on notice. So
are we all in agreement that San Jose State's the team? I think Colorado State has a chance, depending on what happens outside of them. If Boise State beats the Rams,
I think it's just hard. Talent.
Yeah, it's hard to say anybody but San Jose if we go with our predictions, because we beat UNLV. Yeah. Does Colorado State play UNLV this season? Somebody maybe. Let me see.
I'll look.
All right. Yeah. So, if they play each other, if we beat both of them, another one beats another one, and San Jose skates throughout the whole thing.
They are at Colorado State on November 8th.
Okay. Yeah. So, I don't know. I really think if Boise State runs the table, San Jose can just sneak in, because everybody else is going to eat everybody else.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be too sad about that, because again, they could be ranked, and that's another little demon I've had in the back of my mind that this team needs to exercise from the 2020 Mountain West title game. That
COVID year, the weird COVID year.
Yeah. I kind of want that demon exercised. So anyways, I've got us winning 12-1 record with a Mountain West title game or championship in our final year in the Mountain West. And Gloria has to through gritted teeth, hand over that trophy while she's getting booed mercilessly, and we get Pac-12 chants in the stadium. I just love that. Love that idea.
That'd be pretty cool.
Anyway, and now it's
Cool.
time for just one last little bit of fun before we end for the podcast for tonight, because I decided it'd be fun to try and make a prediction, at least for the first round for the CFP. And what my dream scenario would be is that we would earn a bid and play the winner of the Big 12, which would get 5 seed or something like that. And we would go to Provo to play BYU.
That'd be pretty cool.
And that I think that is not only is that a game that weirdly enough, I think we could win that. There's so much familiarity. There's that's the rivalry renewed. Our fans would travel. I think that is the perfect first round CFP match for us, because those games are it's a rivalry game. It is weird.
Yeah.
Weird things happen between Boise State and BYU, and that is a game I would do anything I could to get down to.
Cool. I think my ideal first round, I think, is a playoff game here in Boise. I think
not going to happen.
It could. It could.
They're not going to let it happen. We've got a committee of biased humans that a committee should not even exist.
Here's the thing. We're starting off the season ranked at 25. We're already ahead of schedule where we were then. If we get some ranked wins, maybe a UNLV, maybe a San Jose in the Mountain West Championship, I think the committee will learn, hopefully, to not put Boise State in those top 4, but they might not have the chance to keep us towards the back.
They've already changed the formula, so Boise State won't be in the top 4 regardless.
Yeah.
Did they change it this year?
Yeah, it's now the top 4 champions that according to rankings. It's they changed it so Boise State won't get a top 4.
So yeah, that's my thing, is that I really think they could plant us in a 6 to 9 sort of area to where we do host a playoff game and we get maybe a SEC championship game loser or Big 12 championship game loser, some sort of at-large big team that needs to come to Boise. But I'm talking
get Iowa State up in Boise or something.
Oh yeah, I'm talking dream schedule. I would rather us, because also we had that bye. I'm pretty sure every team that had a bye lost. So I don't want to buy. Yeah, I don't want to buy. I want a game in Boise. I think that would be best for a lot of people. That'd be best for college football. I think it'd be cool. So.
Oh, yeah. I'm 100% with you. If we're just having fun, then I'd stick with my BYU game, but put it on the blue.
Yeah.
Are you going with Iowa State?
I think it's so hard to
I could see Iowa State being there. Matt Campbell's got those guys.
Well, guys, this is just for funsies. We're living in La La Land here.
Boise State, Notre Dame rematch, same season.
Yeah, let's do it. Why not? I struggle with making stuff up because I argue with people all the time about logic, and I can't think of logically sometimes. I don't know why. Because I never would have thought SMU would have gone to the playoff. Yeah. So all of a sudden, what is Stanford? Stanford will make the playoff.
Boom.
I don't know.
There we go.
I like it. All right, Chase, round us off. What do you got?
I don't know. Iowa State intrigues me. I could see them
really
as the Big 12 loser. I could see that happening.
There's Arizona State, Utah is always there. UCF is going to try.
Utah be a fun regional matchup too. Utah would be.
Yeah. Could be fun. Trying to think who else is in the Big 12, which I feel like that's who we would get paired up with.
All 17 teams in the Big 12 or however many there are.
Yeah, well, they don't want both teams to advance. They're willing to let one team go, so I think they would pair us with the Big 12 winner. Or Big 12 runner-up maybe.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. For some reason, I just keep thinking Iowa State.
Okay, well then we'll go with it. But viewers, that brings us to the very end of this very long special edition of the Bronco Country Roundup. We hope you enjoy. We hope you enjoy our kind of meandering talk about the schedule for this coming season, please drop your predictions below and on the forum as well. Get it going. Tell us how silly we are and whatnot. And as always, thank you for listening. Go Broncos, and good night or good morning, depending what time you're listening.
Whenever you watch this.
Yeah. Go Broncos.